Hello, Sat Shri Akal ji. My name is Ravneet Kaur. You know me as Haryali by Cherry. Today you're on the third floor of my terrace. We are going to harvest a few veggies. Mostly it's going to be red and white radish. And I'm also going to sow a few seeds of red lettuce and peas and some coriander. So please stay tuned. I recently got a question as to how do I know if a radish is ready for harvest. So usually it's like an inch or two above the soil, and that's when you know the radish is ready. So this is ready. I need to pull it out, and this is red radish. See, but there are two which are around 2 inches above the soil, and they also seem to be ready. So let's harvest these two. And yeah, such beautiful pretty radishes, good to make your own paranthas. So these are ready. You see a massive radish jungle over here, and a lot of them look ready. This one is ready. So yes, I have a few more. Look at how thick the radish is. Looks good, plumpy, beautiful. Yes, so that's my harvest of pink radish. So now this is my white radish patch, and when I get this empty, or when I get some space, I think there is some space, I'm going to plant a few pea seeds. So these are my seeds. I'm going to just put some compost and some bone meal and then sow my seeds. So I see a few radishes over here. They're about ½ inches above the soil. I'll wait for a few more days, let them get bigger in size. If you see, this is my third patch of radish, and a few of them are ready. I had a few radishes growing around here. I harvested them, and I've also planted my cauliflower saplings, my cabbage saplings over here. So the succession planning has started to happen, and let's harvest what's left of the radish. So not too big, and you know what it's like if you have around 3 or 4 radishes growing from the same space. If you take out one, you actually give the second and the third one more space to grow. So that process is kind of like thinning out, and I do that. I do an early harvest of radishes once when I plant, and then my second harvest is actually better than the first. That's because I actually do the thinning part when I harvest the first batch. So I hope it made some sense. And there's one which looks ready, and if I harvest that, I give space to the other ones. So I'm going to harvest it. Yes. Okay, so there's one more over here. This looks nice. I have my pea seeds over here. They have been soaking in water for around 2 hours. And I'm amending the soil by adding in some bone meal and some vermicompost. Not too much of compost, just a little. This is actually my second time planting peas, and the first time I did not get any success. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I achieve some success with this time. And I'm planting them about 1.5 inches apart. Yeah, we are done with our peas. On to the third task of the day. These are around 4 inches to 5 inches kind of planter boxes. We usually use these for plants like pansy, because pansy grows pretty well in this. So just softening the soil before I plant the seeds, and yes, it's doing okay. The soil is well enough. So okay. Coriander seeds. These are my coriander seeds. I don't really break them into half. I don't split them. I just sow my coriander seeds as they are. So these seeds are locally bought from a local seed store. They have been working really well for me since 2 years. So I keep buying seeds from this particular brand only. So just about ½ inch of vermicompost all over the seeds. Just cover them nicely. You don't want the seeds to be visible. You just want the seeds to be covered nicely. So just cover them. So while watering my seeds, I kind of use my watering can. So in some red lettuce seeds and my potting mix is ready. This is about 80% of coco peat and 10% vermicompost and 10% perlite. So that's how the soil mix of the, so that's what the soil mix for these seeds is. I'm actually watering it because I don't want to displace the seeds, because lettuce is actually a very tiny seed, so I'm going to water it before I sow my seeds. So yeah, you see the water coming out. So I'm done with the watering. Just label my seeds. And you know what the trick with lettuce seeds is? You take your seeds. Lettuce seeds are basically very tiny, so they also need light to germinate. So the only trick is that you don't cover them with any soil. So when I sow my lettuce seeds, I just kind of tap them on the potting mix, and that's it. So I scatter my seeds, and then when you are done scattering your seeds, just tap them in, and they need light to germinate, so don't cover them. I hope you enjoyed the radish harvest, and I hope you enjoyed the subsequent seed sowing. I'll meet you again sometime soon. Thank you so much for watching.